Welcome back to Axis Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 175. Now, if you remember from last episode, we get to see Sting and Rogue power up. They're on fire, and I love where it's going. But they're pushing Natsuo and Gajil around, and that's a little annoying in my opinion. But moving on past that, yeah, we get to see Sting. He's all powered up, and he's using Dragon Force. I know. And again, Sting, he's taking the lead. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take on both Natsuo and Gajil. I got this, Rogue. Sure you do, and guess what? Natsuo and Gajil were faking it. They were ready, they knew all the moves. Now Natsuo and Gajil, they're on fire, and I love it even more. That's what I love about this anime series, how Natsuo can turn the other side around and become super strong and badass. That's what I love about it. Now, toward the end of the episode, we find out Gajil has been pushed out of the Grand Magic Games by Natsuo. Although he's still in the Grand Magic Games, he's been kind of pushed away in a cart, a little mining cart, so I definitely thought that was worth mentioning. And then Natsuo basically tells both Rogue and Sting, I got this, you're mine. And I love where it's going, so we get to see Natsuo versus Sting and Rogue while Gajil is out of the picture, although he's still in the tournament. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan, but at least he's still in the picture, kind of. And again, that's where the episode ends, and all my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with Natsuo, and he's challenging both Rogue and Sting alone. And I love it. It's the lone gunman. It's the Clint Eastwood approach, and I love it. I mean, come on, does it get any better than this? Can you feel the burn? Can you? Can you? I definitely can. Whew, it's hot. But anyways, moving on past that, we find out there's this person. Yeah, a little cutscene with this person. We don't know the identity of this person because, you know, we don't get to see their face technically. And they're crying over seeing Natsuo battle in the arena. How does this person know Natsuo? And more or less, why is this person crying? But again, Jalel and all of Jalel's friends, they notice Zeref's presence, like the power of Zeref, they feel it. And it kind of is directed at this person who is crying. Again, we really don't know the identity of this person, so it kind of annoys me. Throughout this episode, it does annoy me, but I'll get to that later on at the end of this, so definitely stay tuned for that on my theory. But anyways, moving on past that, we are taking to another little cutscene. Now apparently both Sting and Rogue are powering up with Dragon Force yet again. I mean, it didn't work the first time. Why the fuck are you trying it a second time? But again, both Sting and Rogue are powering up with their Dragon Force. And then Sting is the first to attack Natsuo, and it stopped. Well, go figure, it's Natsuo. Of course he's gonna fucking stop it. You pissed him off. Then we see Rogue, he attacks Natsuo, and Natsuo uses his roar of the fire dragon, and I love it. Because we get to see both characters use their own roar per se, but Natsuo's comes out on top, and it's a direct hit on Rogue, and I love it. Yeah, I know. I mean, then we hear Natsuo. Natsuo basically says, bring it. Like a bring it on, you son of a bitches. Bring it on. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I don't know how many times I can say that, but come on. He has the perfect one-liner. Bring it. Oh, you can feel that. I don't know, you can just feel the burn coming from there. It's like you can feel his flames. Whew, love it. Now we are taking to a little cutscene with both Sting and Rogue, and both are preparing to attack, but they're knocked around by Natsuo, and I love it. Sorry, I say love it so many times, but you have to understand it. I'm a Natsuo fan. He's like Luffy from One Piece, so I am kind of a small fan there in that sense. But anyways, we see both Sting and Rogue. Now their magic is beginning to emerge. So again, both Sting and Rogue, their magic is emerging into one. Now that's kind of dangerous in my opinion because it's a unison raid. So it's like one power, and again, it's called a unison raid. It's very interesting. Now it's called a uniting magic. Not really a thrilling name in my opinion, but again, it's called Uniting Magic. Now, we are thrown with a little bit of information from the judges, more or less one of the judges, and he's basically explaining to us that the Uniting Magic, both of what Sting and Rogue are using right now by, you know, emerging their power into one, is very complicated, and apparently it's impossible to master. Well, if it's impossible to master, then how are they doing it? I hate when people do that. They start to explain how impossible it is to have this ultimate power, and then, lo and behold, these people are right in front of us, and they're emerging their power into one, and they're doing what people said was impossible. So I'm like, really? Yajima, shut up. Man, that's information you didn't need to tell us, because apparently, you know, it didn't get us anywhere. But anyways, we are taking to another little cutscene with Sting and Rogue, and they're using the Holy Shadow Dragon. I love it. Fang Flash. Again, it's called the Holy Shadow Dragon Fang Flash, and I love it. It's a good title, definitely a great title, because you see the Holy, from Rogue, and well, sorry, allow me to correct myself. You have the Holy from Sting, and you have the Shadow from Rogue, and they put it together, and it's called the Dragon Fang Flash. And guess what? Natsuo is not moving. He's like, you have your option. Natsuo can either run for his life, he can sit there and be destroyed, or there's a third option. Ready for that third option? Sits there, does absolutely nothing. This is Natsuo. He's sitting there. He's not moving. The crowd is like, move, get out of the way. What are you thinking about, man? These are two strong-ass Dragon Slayers attacking with their ultimate technique in unison, and you're not moving. Guess what? All of Fairy Tail, yeah, does their pose. Yeah, I'm like, okay, you do this. I mean, I thought that's the sign for loser, or from, if you remember the movie, something about Little China, Problem in Little China. I forget. It had I forget one of these famous actors. It's a live action movie, but it's something in Little China, and most of the characters go like this. That's their like logo or something they do. Like, oh, come on. I mean, yes, it was an emotional to see all of Fairy Tail do this in the sky, even Lucy and everyone else. I mean, I even wanted to do this, but still, I mean, it was an amazing thing. But I'm like, are you saying loser? Oh, like I start cracking up, like, seriously, I was watching this, I'm like, it's pretty damn good in my opinion. But again, definitely, I love the emotional build-up. All of Fairy Tail, they're with Natsuo, and this is the best thing they can do to support him. Love it. I should do this from now on. No, that's like a field goal, but like. Nah, sorry. I just had a rant there. But anyways, we are taking to a little cutscene with Natsuo. And guess what? You sitting down, boys and girls. Natsuo uses his secret Dragon Slayer art, Crimson Lotus Exploding Flame Edge. I shit you not. He has another ace in his sleeve, and he uses it. Now, if he's capable of using that kind of secret art technique, I can't wait to see what Gajil's actually going to use eventually. If they ever pick up the anime series, of course. But in the manga, I can't wait to recheck that out, of course. But still, his secret Dragon Slayer art is freaking amazing, and I love it. And both Rogue and Sting are now out for the count. Natsuo is the winner. Holy shit, Natsuo. You not only get props, you're one badass ultimate Dragon Slayer, and I love it. And guess what? Fairy Tail is now in first place by 1 point. If I'm correct, I believe it's 1 point. Wow, they came from dead last. Both of their Fairy Tail Team A and Team B came from dead last place to first place. Guess what? Natsuo, you were right on the money. Yeah, Fairy Tail, number one. Number one. Love it, man. Now, of course, there is an announcement. Apparently, the last day of the Grand Magic Games will be a survival battle. I'm like, wait a minute. So there's an announcement after Natsuo wins. Apparently, on the last day of the Grand Magic Games, there will be a survival battle. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. With all the members literally participating. So you have all the members from each different team. They will be participating in a survival battle. Now, I have no idea if that means if you can kill or take out your own teammates, or if it's team versus team versus team, and it's like all or nothing. But still, I'm definitely intrigued. And I'm gonna have to read the manga now. Pick up the manga yet again because the anime series is on a short hiatus. So that sucks anime wise. But I'm gonna have to pick up manga just to find out the outcome. But still, a survival battle with all the teams, I love it. It's definitely a great idea. It's an interesting little catch. Now, you're probably wondering, Henshin, what's the current ranking of the Grand Magic Games teams? I sat down, I'm like, okay, well, I reviewed this. I'm like, okay, we already know Fairy Tail is in first place. Sabretooth is in second. Mermaid Heel is in third place, but they're tied with Lame Scale for third place, so there's no fourth place team. So you have Mermaid Heel and Lame Scale, they're in third place tied. So of course we have two teams that are tied. Now, as for fifth place, we have Blue Pegasus, no surprise there, and sixth place, which no one really fucking cares, is Quattro Puppy, or in this case, Quattro Cerberus. And again, no surprise there. Although I'm surprised Botchus is kind of taking this lightly that he's in last place. I mean, Botchus is on the same level as Urza to an extent, although I really don't want to say that because Urza is definitely stronger in my opinion. But again, Botchus is in last place with Quattro Cerberus, or in this case, Quattro Puppy. Again, that is the current rankings within the Grand Magic Games, if you didn't know that already. Now, I should point out Gajil. He's nowhere to be found at the end of the Grand Magic Games for this particular day. Yeah, Gajil, he's still underneath the arena. And no one seems to be able to find him. It's like, oh, where is he? Oh, he's nowhere. Because no one fucking cares. I love it. But again, that's where it ends there. But hey, guess what, guys and girls? It's not done. Keep watching the credits. If you didn't know this already, keep watching the credits. Yeah, moving on past the credits, we see Jalel, and he's following the person who has the Zeref power presence. So this is Jalel. He's onto the person, that this new character who has like Zeref power in them, or Zeref magic in this case, like the presence of Zeref's power per se. So Jalel is definitely onto something. However, we are taking to a little cutscene with Gajil. Now we get to find out where Gajil is actually at. And I apologize if I'm butchering his name, but I'm trying to be as sarcastic as possible because I'm not a Gajil fan, or Gajil, depending on how you want to pronounce his name. But anyways, yeah, we are taking to a little cutscene with Gajil, and he's pissed with Natsuo for kind of pushing him out of the Grand Magic Games during this amazing Dragon Slayer vs. Dragon Slayer matchup. So he's definitely pissed. But Gajil runs into a dragon graveyard. I shit you not. Underneath the arena. So that's definitely interesting. I can't wait to find out more about that. However, we are taking to a little cutscene with Yukino. Yeah, Yukino is helping with the Eclipse project. If you remember correctly, Yukino used to be with Sabretooth and she was kicked out, and then she was helping Fairy Tail, so I thought Yukino may have turned a new leaf and is now a good character. But wait, Yukino is helping the villains, which are technically Arcadia, you know, the Captain Arcadia, which in this case, Captain Arcadia is also called Dio. I believe his first name is Dio. Didn't know that. I did not know that. But apparently, Arcadia, Captain Arcadia, aka Dio, was the one that hired Yukino as a sergeant. So I thought that was interesting. And also, Arcadia isn't just a captain. Apparently, Arcadia is being referred to as a colonel. What? So, does he really work for the king, or is he part of a separate army? He's being called a colonel and then a captain. A captain for the palace, but a colonel for what? And then Yukino is telling us in general that apparently Captain Arcadia, aka Dio, which is the colonel, is trying to save the world? So wait, is he a villain or is he a good guy? I'm sorry, I'm confused there. Please, help me out. I thought Dio, aka Arcadia, was the bad guy. But again, Yukino is helping Captain Arcadia with the Eclipse project. What? I thought she was the good character. But anyways, moving on past that, in the meantime, it looks like we're hearing from Carla, because remember, she's the one that was having these visions from the future. Now, it looks like Carla is the one that's talking, but at the end, it's someone else, of course, from Fairy Tail that's talking. It was the girl that wrote the letter. Yes, I know what her identity is, but I don't remember her name at the top of my head, so I'm not going to say it. But again, this girl that's part of Fairy Tail is the one that's writing the letter. It starts off with Carla, the one that had the visions, which is the cat, which is the X-Seed. She starts to describe on July, Fairy Tail lost to fate. So apparently, in July, Fairy Tail lost to fate. I'm like, Fairy Tail never loses. What are you telling me Fairy Tail loses to fate? And again, that ends it with that little cutscene. We really didn't get a lot of information from that. That kind of pisses me off. But at the end of the episode, we get to see Jalel. He catches up with the person that has the Zeref magic presence. This person turns around and it's a girl. So Jalel, the person Jalel was tracking down that had the Zeref presence, is someone he knows, and it's a woman. We don't know who it is, but again, that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, okay, first of all, I believe the girl or woman in this case that Jalel knows might be Gray's master. That's one idea. That's one theory that I have. I could be wrong. So I can't wait to find out the truth about that. But moving on past that, Gajil, are you ever going to get out of the Dragon Boneyard? We really don't know. And I can't wait to see the survival battle. In the manga anyways, until the anime picks up. But again, that is it for my final thoughts. As per my rating, 4.5 out of 5. The fight scenes were there. Not much drama. The information was kind of there. But again, the fight scenes were there. And again, final rating, 4.5 out of 5. Now for the entire anime series, 5 out of 5. I shit you not. I love Fairy Tail. So again, the overall rating for the series, 5 out of 5 right now before the episode, 4.5 out of 5. But again, guys, that ends it for my walkthrough and review of Fairy Tail episode 175. But definitely comment down below. Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely subscribe. Check me out on Twitter and follow me if you like. Let me know what you thought of this episode. And let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that ends it for now. And I got to hit the bricks and I got to go. And before I go, I got to say it. And I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.